All right, let's stay with us and speak to AMCU President Joseph Mathunjwa, who's joining us this evening. Good evening to you, Mr. Mathunjwa, and thank you so much for your time. We've been seeing what's been taking place in Stilfontein and Sabie in Mpumalanga. Your reaction?
Hi, good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. Thank you for the opportunity. I think the problem it's very deep. We just see people who are called illegal miners entering these abandoned mines. But we need to look at the source of the problem. One can say the government itself, it's lacking or does not have capacity or is sleeping on duty. Because we do have regulations that says each and every mine, once has finished its mining lifespan, they have to be closed. There are procedures and processes that has to be followed until such time the certificate is issued. That is one. Two, also, what does it influence this illegal mining from neighboring state people coming in the country? One are the porous borders, which everyone can come in as he wished. Thirdly, the unemployment rate is sitting over 40% that we are experiencing in this country. It does also contribute for this kind of illegal mining, of which I don't condone it. But the fact of the matter is the state that is failing to press charges against the multi-international companies who are owning these mines, of which they left without following proper procedures in terms of the regulations.
And I'm keen to hear your thoughts then on what the department has said. When we were talking to them about this very issue, they were telling us that they cannot trace some of them, the ownership dates back to the 1800s. They cannot be able to find some of the owners. And when we ask then, if you can't find the owners, does it mean then that at some point you did not do your due diligence in order to ensure that the process is started properly? They're saying that in some of these mines they did, but when it comes to the ones that were owned before, they cannot trace the people. Therefore, government is now undertaking this process of closing the shafts. Your view when it comes to the fact that they say they cannot trace some of these people?
I don't believe. You can trace anything in this world with the technology that is in place. Who are the families who were the main owners. For instance, if you can say some of these mines were owned by Anglo, some of these mines were owned by the Oppenheimers, Glencore, you can trace these mines. It's just because they also have interest in these mines themselves, these government officials. So I don't believe that is not traceable. These mines are traceable. And also, they make the environment very luxurious. What I'm saying, they make the environment to be tempting to those who've got skills of mining. Like, for instance, look at Lily Mine. Even today, Lily Mine is not in operational. And that's only if the government is a DMRE who's delaying the commissioning of the Lily Mine to put Lily Mine back to function, to operation, and subsequent that to retrieve the very same container. If you look now, the money that they are spending chasing the Zamazama, that money could have been paid long time ago to open a decline shaft at Lily Mine and to retrieve the container. So this story of saying these people cannot be traced, I don't believe it. So it's just they are incompetent, and some of them, they might have an interest in all these operations.
What about, the kingpins? Because I suppose that's where we also need to now start to follow the track and to also see where whatever it is that they're finding underground is ending up. Because clearly, there are people who are taking this, the stuff that they're finding, and as they take these minerals, they end up somewhere.
Yeah, I heard the SABC were talking about their intelligence told them about these operations, or they got information from their intelligence. But what is the work of the intelligence? Is it to raise issues aftermath, after things has happened? So there is no intelligence here in South Africa. If there was an intelligence, we wouldn't be talking about illegal Zama or mine workers sitting, underground. This is because they've neglected their job. DMR, if you can read the report of Lily Mine, you will see clearly that the DMR is far from its job. They are just receiving salary for nothing.
So how then do you propose, you are in this sector, how do you propose that they deal with this issue of illegal mining?
They must go to these multi-international companies. They know them. They know currently, if you can look around Witbank, Malahleni, how many mines that have been closed and are not rehabilitated. If those mines were gold mines, we would be talking, like a pandemic when it comes to the illegal mining in South Africa. It's just because it's coal. But at the end of the day, these big multi-international companies, they must be blamed. The government, DMRE, must take full responsibility of these happenings. And also the government itself, with these porous borders that are not manned, they must be blamed. They are pitting South Africans against neighboring states. Because, at the end of the day, how many young girls, young women have been raped through these Zamazamas? And nothing has been happening. So the issue of running for the kingpins, yes, the kingpins are there, but what are they doing? They are sleeping on duty. They make the environment very, very fertile for illegal mining or to break the law. So you can't always blame the Zamazama people. You cannot always blame the kingpins. You must blame the government. They are sleeping on duty. They are the people who make the environment very attractive to break the law.
If you may allow me to take you on a different journey now to Thabazimbi, where we saw a hung council, but the Labour Party there getting 2 seats, and some people saying that it's likely to be the kingmaker. Your reaction on the performance of the Labour Party in Thabazimbi?
Thank you very much. We like to thank the community of Thabazimbi for trusting a Labour Party, of which we are aware that the IEC denied us an opportunity in May in the national elections. Little that they know that there will be a dissolved municipality at Thabazimbi. Indeed, but we are not going to take the decision or as leaders. This decision will be caucused through the communities that they voted us into power. So gone are those days that one will just take a decision and fit through the mouth of the people. The people, the power, we try to bring to recognize the constituencies, because we might fall into a trap whereby you go into a coalition with a party that has failed the same community. So therefore, it's not something that is rely on us as leaders, but the community themselves. We will be engaging with them, and the community will give us a breakdown of political parties that have been running those wards. Therefore, we'll be able then to make a sound decision moving forward. But the power belongs to the community. The community must be the one that has a say in whatever that we are doing. That is how the Labour Party will be doing its work, because these positions does not belong to Labour Party. It belongs to the community.
All right, Mr. Mathunjwa, thank you so much for your time. And let's see, as you say, what the community then decides, which way you need to go in Thabazimbi, and we'll follow those developments closely. Thank you. Appreciate your time this evening. That was AMCU President Joseph Mathunjwa.